I would say thank you for that introduction, or not, to be fair. But, thank you, and it is an honour and privilege to be here today. First time I've been over in Chester. And I was trying to rack my brains this morning of possibly why you've asked me to speak. And all I could think of was you wanted to show you didn't have to be a polished or confident speaker to get to SGL. Because people who know me know this is massively out of my comfort zone. And the only thing polished today is my head. So I polished that this morning, nice and fresh for today. But honestly, you don't need to be a polished speaker, because like I said, it's completely on my comfort zones. But as long as I help maybe one or two people here today to start their journey of success, it's been worth the while of the stomach cramps and all the anxiety through the week. So if I can make that possible today, I've done my job. Okay. And we've heard a lot from these panels and some superstars here today about people who are being consistent, they're hitting and smashing all of these incentives and getting all these monies and these holidays and stuff like that. But I'm here today to show you there's another way as well. Okay. So out of curiosity, who in the room is maybe stagnant in the business or has been stagnant and you haven't quite got to where you want it to be as fast as you want it to be? So there's a certain promotion that you want to get to, and you haven't hit it yet. Is there anybody that hasn't possibly achieved one of the incentives they're set out for to do?
Yeah.
And you're not a constant holiday going, you're getting all these incentives, possibly missed out on promotional bonuses? Yeah, is there any of them in the room?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So I'm here today to hopefully help you guys start fresh as well. Okay. So I know you might think, I don't look old enough, but I've actually been in this business over 15 years. And for the first 10 years, I never hit any single incentive going, not even one of the turkeys. So I was really, that's probably why I went farming, so I could grow my own turkeys and have my Christmas dinner. But yeah, didn't hit any of the incentives, didn't hit one promotional bonus. And I mean, Lee mentioned it, I've gathered over 800 personal partners to date. The first 10 years of my journey, I actually looked this morning, I gathered less than 100 in the first 10 years. So if you haven't been a constant recruiter, there's a change, okay? Because since COVID, I've gathered just short of 700 personal partners and supported 700 personal people on their journey to success in the last 5 years. So completely different from the first 10 to what happened in the last 5 years, okay? So for all them people who've been frustrated, I get you. I've been there, I've done it, okay? So today is you're going to draw a line in the sand, and today's going to be your day one, not Sunday. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we all happy?
Yeah.
Are we all happy to be here, and we're all going to move forward as of today?
Yes.
Fantastic. So I think there's a clicker or something. So one of the main things that I did was the change, was actually building a team, because that was my passion. I love to help other people, and that's probably one of the things I was going wrong. So today, because we come from Penrith, in the Lake District, I thought we'd start talking about mountains, all right? So rather than talking about UW, we're going to be looking at mountains. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, we're going to build a team to climb your mountain, okay? Because we all know where our destination is and where we're going and what we're doing on a daily basis and where you want to achieve, what you want to achieve. Do we know where we are?
Yes.
Yeah, do we know that? Okay. Because today it's about climbing your mountain, not somebody else's mountain. I don't want you to be comparing to all the fantastic speakers that have been here today so far and start getting annoyed with yourself that you haven't got to where you need to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're going to start your own journey and you're going to start climbing your mountain as of today. Is that okay?
Yep.
Fantastic. So as part of that, what I'm going to do is you're going to discover your mountain. Okay? Some of you might have done this, especially if you're in my team. We've done this numerous times, over and over and over again. You're going to discover your reason, your purpose, your why. Okay? So, has everybody got notebooks or phones or something that you can take notes on? Yeah? You can speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so get that out, get your notepads, get your pens, whatever it is out. And what you're going to do, we're going to discover your purpose in your mountain so you know why you are moving forwards. So, 3 things. To be. What could that look like?
To be SGL.
To be SGL. Anything else? Any other examples?
To be a good mentor.
Good mentor.
Healthier.
Healthier.
Better off.
Say that again, sorry?
Better off.
Better off. So it could be anything to be, okay? So that could be, like you say, mentors, could be a leader, coach, a dad, whatever that could possibly be. Don't start writing it down yet, because I'm going to do a little exercise. And then what could the to-do be?
Travel.
Travel. So again?
Qualify for incentives.
Qualify for incentives. Same thing you want to do. So that's more experiences, isn't it? So travelling, time, etc., etc. And then what about the house? What could that be?
Freedom.
Time freedom.
Time freedom,
Mortgage paid off.
choices, mortgages. Same thing, a little bit more physical as well, isn't it? Cars, houses, etc. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to set a timer, okay? Because what we tend to do, we think about the same things over and over and over again, don't we? All right. But has anybody done this sort of exercise before, where they have to write all the goals down in a short space of time?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So, we're going to pretend we've all won the lottery this morning. How cool is that?
Hey!
Yeah?
See ya.
Yeah? So, we've all won the lottery this morning. Time and money is no obstacle. Okay? So, when you're writing things down, I don't need to be thinking or overthinking, what about these goals? For example, I don't know, you want a helicopter, but you might struggle to get into the helicopter. How am I going to get it with my bad hips, etc.? I don't need to be overthinking. I want to go scuba diving, but I don't know how to swim yet. All right? So you don't want to be thinking of these things. Just everything that you'd love to be, to do, and to have. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And again, do not overthink it. And we're going to set a little bit of a timer. Okay? So on your marks, get set, and go. Some people have had to think about things that they want to achieve in life. Okay? Any other things? How did it make you feel?
Uplifting.
Uplifted. More positive there. Anything else?
Focused.
Focused. So why do you think that's important, to write things down that you want to achieve?
A starting point.
Starting point. Anything else?
Accountability.
Accountability, connecting to it.
Stop limits.
Yeah, limits. So we limit ourselves, don't we, time and time again. So out of curiosity, who's got 25?
More than 25.
More than 25. So stand up if you've got more than 25. Just the one? Who's standing? What's your name, sorry?
Pam.
Pam, can we all give Pam a huge round of applause? Give us some points today for getting that as well. Good. So massive well done. And this is something we can keep adding to. Okay, so that's just a small example. This is something I do regularly with myself, but also with my teams. Okay. I probably wouldn't do it with somebody who's just started the business, because we overwhelm people. Once they've been in the business a little bit longer, maybe a month or so, and they get their head around things, it's a really, really good tool just for some people can realise what they want out of life. Because most of the time we just cruise, don't we? So we're just cruising through life. Let's get people onto this so they know where they're going, so they know what they want to tick off along their journey. So do you think that'll help finding their purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Does some of you know now yourself what you want out of life a little bit clearer? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, moving forward, I'm going to share a few little things because I need to find my purpose, my why, and I'm just going to show you what could happen in a short space of time. This is going back in 2019. Okay, like I said, I've been in the business now over 10 years at this point, and I've basically started from scratch again. So I relocated, gave up a house, a relationship, everything, relocated to Teesside, and like I said, whoever's felt stuck in the past, or felt as though you're a bit, not down and out, but at rock bottom, Who's ever reached that point? Okay. So that's where I was at around 2018, 2019. So I gave up the house, cars, everything, relocated, and I was basically sofa hopping between family members. So I didn't really have anywhere to stay at this particular point. And you see my car on the left hand side, this was a car you picked up for about £300-400, something like that. It was a Peugeot. And it got to a point where it kept breaking, because obviously it was a cheaper car. So that made me get the UW Mini, because it's free. It was a free car, and the most important thing, it was brand new, so it shouldn't be breaking down. So, in a way, people strive to get these UW Minis, but for me at that particular point, I wasn't in the right mindset of wanting to get a UW Mini. Okay, I was pushed into getting the UW Mini, and that made a huge, huge difference for me. And at the bottom, you can see I got my first place again. It was a one-bed masonette. So you can see I couldn't afford the furniture, so I was sat on the floor. No, I'm joking. The furniture's just there, but I was just having to sit in the night with nieces and nephews. Okay, but basically just one room, masonette, bedroom at the top, and then a kitchen off to the side. Okay, so that was my first sort of stepping stones to getting back on there. And then I moved on to a family farm because my dad's health issues started to drop, and I wanted to be closer and help him on the farm. So I renovated a cottage, so I could live there for a few years to help him retire the farm. So this was in 2019, okay? 2018, 2019, and I loved to travel. During that period, there was no travel, as you can imagine. Okay? Nothing was really going places at that particular point. But think where you possibly are now, 2026, and what do you want to achieve in the next 1, 2 or 3 years' time, and what that's going to look like. Okay? Because fast forward, this is 2022. Okay, so last slide, I think I was around the team leader sort of position, knocking on, well, we got to group leader, I walked away from the business, etc., and we dropped back down to team leader from group leader. So it's rebuilding. So fast forward to 2022. At that particular point before 2019, like I said, I'd gathered around 100 personal partners previously. From there to today, I've gathered over 700. But this 3-year gap, how life changed. Okay, I went from not basically just floating through life, not knowing what's going on, to now loving travel again. Went to the Maldives, met some fantastic people in the Maldives. It was amazing. We had a water bungalow, whatever they call them. So again, off your bucket lists, off your to-do lists. I managed to go to a place called Chumbe Island, which is just off Zanzibar. So it's an eco sort of island. There's literally only 6 or 7 huts on there. So if you love wildlife, it's a definitely thing to get onto your to-do list. Upgrade my Mini to the company Tesla, because now we've got to senior group leader, because it's taken us from team leader, senior team leader position, getting to senior group leader in around 17 to 18 months. And previously it took me over 10 years to get to that position, okay, by changing my mindset, which I'll touch on in a second. We went as a family to Mexico, again, one of the holiday incentives. Went to Zanzibar, beach villa on Zanzibar, and we relocated. I mean, Lee mentioned it, I like to move around. Some people call me a bit of a gypsy because I like to move around, I like to be a little bit free. But I wanted my family to live in a nice area, as in I wanted the freedom for them. So we moved to the Lake District. So this is our first stepping stone in the Lake District, was an old farmhouse with some buildings and a little bit of land there. And the most important one there is my family. That was my main focus, and my main reason was my 2 little boys. And obviously got married and had 2 little kids in that space within 3 years as well. Alright. So I think there's a little bit of a change in that short space of time.
Well done.
Obviously, other things that went on, but that's just a snippet of what can happen. But if you're feeling that little bit of a stuck area, what you could achieve in the next 1, 2, 3 years' time as well. Okay, because now I'm excited about the future and what that's going to hold. And this is the growth of the company. Who's seen these sort of slides before?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you see where we had a little bit of trouble there? Right in the middle. Completely flatlined. Okay? So we put customers on and customers would disappear. Okay? We was literally flatlined. You notice the figures there, the time. 2018, 2019 to 2022. So we hit Senior Group Leader the day before or the day after the Queen died? I can't remember now.
Just before, wasn't it?
It was the day before. So we pushed him to get Senior Group Leader for the Amplify, whatever it's called. But unfortunately the Queen passed away and we didn't get that party at Amplify. So that will always sort of stick in my memory. So how dare she? So you can see that was flatlining. And do we know the circle, a little bit of circle of life? Every 4 years, something major happens in our lives, doesn't it? That could be a wedding, a birth, a relocation, a death, anything could happen. And it tends to happen something major at least once every 4 years in people's lives. During that 3-year period, I'd moved 4 times, relocated twice, had 2 little boys, got married, had health issues with one of my boys who had 12 operations due to his heart, etc. Family members with health issues who sadly passed away as well, all within them 3 years. Okay. One of the things I didn't do, I didn't use it as an excuse or a barrier. I used it as a driving force to move me forwards. Okay, so we all have crap going on in our lives, don't we? Life's always going to throw obstacles at us, but we are in control of that. And because today, you can see the growth of the company now. See it in green? We are going through massive growth at the moment. It took us, 26 years to get to 1 million customers? Can you remember when we hit the 1 million customer?
Oh, yeah.
Just over a year ago, wasn't it? And we're now just short of 1.4 million. So if I can do it in fairness, a cracking situation, the wind is in our sails at the moment. So as of today, where could your business be in the next 1, 2 or 3 years' time with this potential growth that's happening at the moment? Because we're going to double again, aren't we, in the next 1 to 2 years? And how much of that do you want in your teams, in your businesses, and what would your life look like if your business doubled and then doubled again? Where would you be? What would you be doing? Okay. So 3 things that I had to change to get to that point. So a couple of tips that maybe helps yourself. Find your purpose. So we've talked about it today already. Your reason, your why, and your main driving force to get you to where you want to be in life. So for me, it happened when my wife fell pregnant in 2019. My first boy was born in COVID times, so 2020, February 2020. And that was now my purpose, my driving force. So rather than being about myself, I want to build a financial security, not around my family now, but for generations to come. And that was what pushed me forwards. So what is it that drives you at the moment? What is your driving force? What is your purpose? And we've talked about mindset already a lot today. Mindset is one of the key pinnacle points. I stopped treating this business as a hobby. So the first 10 years, I give it hobby time. Okay? And then I flip that mindset to a real, true business that can actually change lives. Because it can, can't it? How many people have you seen this business change lives for? So flip that mindset. And I stopped from sort of customer gathering and such, was to completely flip that. Just build a team. That was my whole focus, was build a team to live the dream. Okay? Keep building, keep helping other people. And your mindset has to be strong. But if you've got a strong enough purpose and why, your mindset will come as part of that. Okay? And then not holding emotion was a big one for me. As in, who's ever had the next best thing? Who's going to be the one that joins and tells you can retire now. I've signed up. I've joined the team. You don't have to do anything now, John. And then the next day they disappear. Who's ever had that before in business? Have you had that? Yeah? Has anybody joined and then just ghosted you, blocked you, whatever it is, has all happened to us? Yeah? It happens to all of us. The big thing that I did, because I was quite an emotional person, I used to get quite angry and frustrated when people used to do things like that. And I just want to give them a shake. Why would you give up on your goals and your dreams? But they didn't understand it. So the big thing for me was holding emotion to the outcome. Just do your daily disciplines and your actions, and the rest will take care of itself. Okay? So if people join, they don't join, block me, whatever, I'm not holding emotion to it. I'm not getting too upset, I'm not getting too down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Keep it quite level. Okay? Massive, massive. And 3 things I had to change: my vision, commitment, and belief. Okay? So vision, I had to have a vision of where I was going and what I was doing, and visualise the things that you want to achieve. Okay? And commitment, I had to make a commitment to where I was going. Okay? So, have you committed to your next promotion, what you want to achieve? Where is that going to be? What commitments can you make? So for me, I had to sacrifice a lot of things. I committed to make this happen. Even though people would laugh at me previously, saying, you're only team leader, senior team leader after 10 years, how are you going to get to senior group leader in 18 months? But I committed to it. I told people I was going to do it. Because I don't like to let people down. So I committed to that. So what commitment can you make? And what sacrifices can you make to get you to your purpose? Okay. And then belief. What are the 3 things, belief, do you think we need to touch on?
Self.
Massively. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe in the company. We need to believe in the opportunity. Is the company going places?
Yes.
Are we winning awards?
Yes.
Are we growing every month?
Yes.
So do we believe wholeheartedly in the opportunity and the business?
Yes.
So maybe the only thing that we need to believe is within ourselves. Do we believe we can get to that senior group leader position, or do we just wish and hope? If you don't believe, who can you surround yourself with? Borrow other people's beliefs. Okay? Surround yourself with the right people who's going to believe in you to get you to where you want to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. My daily method of operation, my non-negotiables to get us to senior group leader and beyond this. We will be national group leader within the next 12 months. Okay, so I put a stake in the ground and I've said we will be national group leader in the next 12 months, and I'm still doing my daily method of operations. So this is something I could do every single day throughout them 3 years when I had all that crap going on. This will take me 45 minutes to an hour every single day, no matter what. My non-negotiables. So the first one is 10 recruitment reach outs. Whatever your personality is, you can change this up. Calls, voice notes, text, or in person. 10 recruitment reach outs. Number 2, 5 follow-ups, because not everybody is going to entertain that first one, so you need to follow up the next day. Add 5 new people to your list, or contact 5 new people to keep that list building so you've got people to speaking to on a daily basis. Minimum 15 minutes self-development. Huge part of it. Your mindset has to be strong every single morning to get you to where you need to be. Okay? So if we're not doing this already, 15 minutes self-development, that could be whatever's, again, for your personality. Reading, watching, listening. And then add 5 goals to your list. So you've started them today, then 25 things, and you're adding them on every single day to remind yourself, one, of what you want to achieve, but also things you've already achieved. So you like to take things off.
Like monster one.
Yeah, put them on to take them off, exactly. So you can receive it and you're realising what you have already achieved to keep you motivated. And then you've got 2 options for this business. We can have a really well-paid job, can't we? By customer gathering, up to £400 per customer. Or you could have a life-changing business if you wanted it to be, okay, by building a team. Okay, so I'm not telling you not to customer gather. My focus, I wanted to build a team in a life-changing business, not another job where I had to keep repeating that process. Okay? But the great thing with this business is we can have our cake and eat it at the same time. All right? Build a team to live your dream is our sort of ethos in our team. Recruit, support, but then coach these people, okay, to repeat that process. And that will equate to that life-changing residual or passive income. But just by helping 3 QDs, because you've committed, could we help 3 QDs a month?
Yeah.
If you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Help 3 QDs, set them up as their own customers, that's over £900. Support them to, obviously, QD, that's over $2,250. They've all received their Fast Start plan, Fast Start bonus, which means you also get £400 for each one of them. So in total, it's £4,350 just in that month alone. Okay? And you're recruiting and you're building your team, and that's passive income at the same time. Plus, you're going to get a nice few holiday points as well, 63 holiday points. How cool is that? Yeah? Well, what if you only did half of that? Would that still be okay? We're still going to be getting over £2,000, aren't we? So focus, customer gather, or life-changing business. Okay. So if you have been listening, I'd just like to finish on what I want you to do now is strap up your walking boots, put your walking boots on, and start climbing your mountain to your success, not somebody else's. Don't compare, keep climbing, and the main focus point is be consistent, find your purpose, do not hold emotion to the outcome, build a team to live your dream, and climb your mountain to success. Thank you.